interiors? Is that the institutional interiors for the flooring? Is that the same one?
Same as last year, yes.
That's who did it last year, institution.
And what did you think about them?
They did a good job.
So you were satisfied with them?
Same kind of carpet?
And again, it's
20
quite
year?
a
It would
difference
be,
in price.
yeah, matter of fact, the specification for this bid is exactly what we have.
Good. And that's holding up well, I take it.
It is.
Who did it last year, Bob?
Institutional
No,
interior.
okay. Thanks.
So do you do the asbestos and then the flooring? No, asbestos painting and then flooring, yeah.
Yeah, since we're doing a gut out, it's a nice sequence to go in.
Okay.
It, you know, it's less expensive for the painting process.
Yep, that's
doing it
right.
that way. So it does help.
Did any one of these do the painting last year?
No,
No.
No.
That's,
Did the person that did it last year know that you were bidding it?
yes,
He did? Okay.
yeah, they didn't meet the timeline.
Right.
again, there's such a tremendous difference in price.
Do you know anything about either one of these companies, the bid on the painting?
On the painting, I did, I followed up on references.
Uh-huh.
They were given to me, and all of them were very positive. One of the questions that I asked was, when CK Landmark Corp. actually bids, do they bid low, medium, or high? And they said they consistently bid low, and they do very good work. So they want to stay busy.
What was it last year? Is it within the ballpark of last year?
Actually, if I look at the square area overwise, this is actually even a better price. Just, I mean, Trish and I talked and expected that, you know, we would have been in a range, I mean, 11 to 15 even.
Right.
Would have been what we expected.
Shows people want work out there.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Shouldn't these bids be being opened in a public meeting?
No, they could be opened at the SAU with people present. He's listed who was present.
Well, I
There was
see
one
that.
contractor rep president.
Yeah.
Right, but shouldn't bids be opened in a public meeting?
They don't have to be now.
Why? But, okay, should they be open?
If we demanded it, I suppose so, but we don't.
I'm asking Gail to look in the policy book. I believe there's a policy book, Gail.
That says that.
Oh, the policy.
book.
I didn't bring the policy book, but he can do it right there.
I believe it can be done at the SAU,
And it has to be presented at the first
first meeting afterward.
meeting afterwards, as I believe is what it says.
Can we go on to something else?
Oh, we're gonna stare at you until you're
Bob,
done.
you said you checked the references on the painting?
Yes.
Did you meet with them also?
It's under,
They're, all
fiscal
bidders were
management.
required to do a full walkthrough of the facility,
Don't have to do
and
it.
they're responsible for doing their own measurements. Bids.
But you didn't see any major difference for almost 3 times the price? I mean, there wasn't anything more they were doing, or, I mean, are we
Oh,
getting
no,
a bid that's
say-
coming
restate
in
the
low and then
question.
getting surprised?
This is
Restate the
normal.
question.
This will just be
They're fast spreading, I'm not saying every,
2.5 times the price.
Okay, so how does this have, do you by any chance have with you your original estimates? Where are these falling in the estimates?
Okay, for the project estimate for the asbestos, was 37,000.
Okay.
That was was that last year's price?
No, this
that
is
was
what
the
I,
project estimate.
what the estimate was for this year. When he put together the estimate of what we should put in our warrant article,
Uh-huh.
what was his estimate for the asbestos portion?
And it was
And that's what
37,000.
actually went in the warrant article?
37.
Mhm. And the flooring?
The flooring was 27,549.24.
So we're above.
A little low on that, then.
Yeah, and then the painting.
High on that, rather. And the painting?
The painting was 14,166.
Okay, so it's gonna average out.
Yeah.
So we're low,
Well, okay.
we're within,
Yeah,
we're within budget.
it was only
So
about
the
$3,000.
3 primary drivers ended up falling very well.
78, yeah, that's 78, and, yeah, we're good. We're good.
Is that the policy?
Yep.
Want to read it, Judy?
the long one.
All bids must be submitted in sealed envelopes addressed to the board or superintendent and plainly marked with the name of the bid and the time of the bid opening, which was done. They were sealed.
Yep.
And it was posted as to the time of the bid opening. And then all bids shall be presented to the board at the next scheduled meeting.
We're
I
covered.
think that policy should be changed to do it in a public meeting.
I don't. How about the rest of the board? What's the consensus?
Can I get the date on this?
Oh, wouldn't that open a
How do
bid?
I-
No.
I'm sorry.
And feed on it.
No, it's because they would come off.
I need a mouse. Sorry.
I'm just thinking if it's in the public, then you're gonna have.
2002.
I think sometimes it's efficiency,
Exactly.
and that's why it's been done in the past, the way it's been done.
Not only has they've opened it, they've given us these clear pieces of paper to look at
Yeah.
instead of tossing around the bids and said, what did he say here, what did he
Yeah.
say here?
Well, that's
What's he doing? They've already done that legwork. So I say, leave it the way it is. What's the consensus?
I just think we're redoing the work that someone else has already done, they're the experts, not us. Leave it the way it is.
Well, I can't say that I want to leave the whole policy the way it is because I haven't read the whole policy and Liz and I have not reviewed the whole policy.
Bid opening is what I'm getting.
But the bid opening's always been, as long as I can remember, there's a date time and a time that's posted,
Yep.
and anyone that wants to go and physically be there can be there.
Go Scott.
Yeah.
No?
From my recollection, the next set of policies that you're taking a look at are the fiscal policies, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to pull models from the School Boards Association and compare them to your existing policies anyway.
Yeah,
So you're going to cover this in your next set.
yeah.
But right now, we're covered, so we can go forward with these particular bids. Am I correct?
think
I believe you're
it's pretty
correct.
clean cut.
Steve? Do you have an objection of going forward with the policies we have in hand? I mean, with the...
Yeah,
bids we
I
have-
firmly believe the bid should be opened in a public session.
Well, that would take the change of the policy.
Because I'm already reading here that on at least 3 competitive bids. What was the painting? We only have 2.
Only two submitted.
Yeah, you
How
can,
many came in, Bob?
If I
Oh.
could go in the same order again, there
When
were,
feasible. When
When
feasible.
feasible, so.
When feasible, comma, on at least 3 competitive bids.
but you may not have 3
May not have
people
3
bidding,
bids.
and you may not have
Well,
people
then that
follow
needs
the
to be, that
directions.
should be stricken from that policy.
Well, we'll work on it, the next meeting.
What did you have?
Right now, I want to go back to these that we have in hand, please. I mean, we could pull that policy apart all night, but...
You can't change it in one night.
You're not
It
gonna
has to have
change
a
it.
first
It is what it
reading,
is.
a
Can't change it
second
to make a
reading.
decision right now, so we need to decide on this.
yeah, for asbestos, I actually had 7 companies confirm that they would be coming.
Mm-hmm.
I only had 5 come. We had 4 results from that. On the bidding for the paint, there was 4, and for the flooring, there were 4. So we only received 2 bids each, even though there was 4 companies that came.
Okay, but
Okay,
they only had 2 that bid.
Sometimes it's just not worth it for a company.
right.
And once they see what.
Once they
Over
see
their
what
head.
it's,
They
yeah,
don't
or they
want-
may have other bigger projects that they're doing at the same time.
It's also the
so-
time frame.
Yeah,
They
never
just
a
may
reason,
decide
yeah.
not to bid.
You can't make people bid.
Okay,
It's
so
simple
we're
as
gonna
that.
look at this,
Okay. Now,
Is there a recommendation from the facilities committee?
yeah.
Just so you know, when we do the
Yes?
bidding, it goes on the
No,
website.
Bob. No, no.
The Facilities Committee
Nope.
has not reviewed these. The Facilities Committee just received these tonight, just like everybody else.
Are we voting on this?
Could Andrew just explain something?
yes, go ahead, Andrew.
Just for the board's understanding, when we put out a bid, it goes into the local newspapers as well as onto our website, so you can't get anybody to come in if they don't come in.
Right.
When we don't get many, when we see it's coming low, we'll contact companies, but we can't force them to come in.
Right.
Am I going to get a policy book at some point, or,
You don't have
Yeah.
one?
Policy
You don't
book?
have it?
Well, the last I heard, someone was going to try to retrieve it from,
Peter.
Mr. Kaspersick.
Okay.
And then there was gonna be, it was pointed out there was gonna be some time needed to try to put it back together.
You can look at policies online though.
Yeah, all the policies.
Yeah, on the SAU website, if you want to look at a particular policy. Okay, now, these particular bids, do you need us to vote on these tonight, Bob? I assume you have to go forward.
Yes, I'd like to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, for being able to get people locked in.
Does
and
anybody
finalize
have
the
an
schedule.
objection to voting on them tonight?
I don't have any objection to voting on them tonight as long as it's contingent upon the money being available from the surplus funds at the end of the year.
Without a doubt. And you've made that clear to your bidders, right? It's all contingent on the surplus money being available.
Right. Going forward, though, in order to not get tripped up on the timing, to be able to sequence even other pieces of it, including Joe and myself, okay? What did you figure your earliest opportunity might be in order to be able for us to put purchase orders up?
So you have to run by Andrew.
Well, we put on the current, we're stopping selling, buying as of the end of this week is gonna be.
Right, we just have the math books that we talked about as far
So
as,
basically, when you see the expense report on May 2nd, that should give us a pretty good idea where we're gonna be at the end of the year, unless something catastrophic happens between May 1st and June 30th. Because we're stopping spending as of the,
yeah, end of,
the
right
end of-
before vacation.
right before vacation.
So on May 2nd, we can make the decision?
It should be pretty
We'll know
close.
how much, an approximation of where we would be with the funding.
Then I would prefer to wait until
Is that
May
early
2nd.
enough, May 2nd?
That would work quite well. That's what I
Okay.
did ask Andrew if we could pull that
So
date
where
off,
did I
that
put
would
that?
that would work out really well.
I'll put that on the agenda.
Yeah.
Okay.
If everyone would bring these with them to the next meeting. So they'll have to have a new copy.
Bob, did you get any references on the abatement companies? I mean, yeah, the abatement companies?
All of the abatement companies are it's like the state of New Hampshire website, there's qualified companies. So all of them have worked, schools, private buildings, and done all kinds of work. So they're all equally sort of qualified.
Okay, anything else, Bob?
I do. Just want to say, one of the projects that we have on the slate this year, Joe and I, is to do the girls' room renovation. And we hope to start that near the end of April. But it'd be something that we'll have, all of the money's committed actually out of this year's budget. Some of the finalization of the work would probably happen during the summer. But just a little bit of history, when we had renovated the boys' bathroom last year, we had first gone out to bid. And we got bids for the total renovation to the tune of, hovering around $17,000. And we were able to do that work in-house for, just about $7,500.
Wow.
So that was due in large to being able to micromanage the contractors and being able to do a lot of work ourselves, by insourcing that. So Mr. Williams had a large part of, a lot of the physical work, doing all of the prepping of walls, to get that ready for the plumber, putting the walls back, building walls and then for dividers and such. So painting, and myself and two other members did some small amount too to, help pull it off and bring that together. So due to talent that we have in-house, at least we were able to do that. So we accept, we had a project together for the girls' room that basically will yield the same results.
Fantastic. And ask for more than that.
We're going out to bid for asphalt shingle roofs. That'll be in the papers next week.
Okay.
All right. We're having a bid walk May 8th. So they're due back May 15th, so the following school board meeting after the 15th. I'll have those for your review.
Okay.
Joe Williams and I too have been working on looking at biomass heating, and I know he had distributed, he had bumped in a few board members some packets on links and whatnot, but in the future, we're just looking at, how we might heat the whole building complex with using biomass fuel. So I just have some links that are put together by a Carroll County group, informational work. And, we help with the facilities team, and we start the heating season next year, actually go out and tour some biomass plants together. So there'll be more to come as that comes together this fall.
Do you have this, Judy?
Yes.
Yes, too?
Yeah.
Bob, shingles?
Yes,
What kind of shingles?
it'd be 50-year shingles, Timberline HD.
Are those the architecturals?
They're high density.
Yeah, the architectural, the thick ones?
Yeah, they're real thick. Yeah,
Don't they have a lifetime guarantee on them
they do.
now?
No, not lifetime, it's 50.
'Cause I know-
Some people like it.
Well, is that because it's a commercial application?
Well, in that case here, what I'm trying to do is get a thick shingle because it has to stand up to wear and tear, not only the maintenance work that we do up on the roofs, observations that we would do, but also too because we do snow removal. We were blessed this year that we didn't have to do it. But we have a lot of wear and tear, so it kind of voids your warranty anyway. When you're doing a shovel activity on the roof, we create quite a bit of wear and tear doing that. So I'm just trying to get the longest expectancy, if you will, out of a heavy-duty shingle.
You think an asphalt shingle's the best way to go?
Yeah, it would be, because this is the whole inner part of the roof that dumps down onto the flat roof here over the activity center, and it does include the back roof over the 2 bathrooms and the gym too.
Would
So
it
it's
be
a section.
would it be possible to get up there sometime?
Oh, absolutely.
Look at it?
We've got a lot of,
That's scary, I've been up there.
I don't want to go up there. Everybody else can.
The air handlers for the other end of the building, the
Yes.
$7,000. Do you need the board to approve that so you can go ahead with that?
yes, we could get that.
That
Do you
was
want
in
to
the-
explain that to
Yeah.
what's going on there?
The A-handler out in the primary wing is not tied into a business, a building automation system. And the heat that goes through that is not dynamically controlled based on what's going on with outside temperature and then inside heating requirements. So what typically ends up happening is, the way it runs now, it just runs hard, if you will, and would typically overheat. And you see it all the time, because people end up having open windows when you do that. So the other day, when you start out with a really cold morning, like we did coming off the weekend, all of a sudden the temperature wants to climb some 40 degrees, the system can't react to it. So Joe runs around and tries to ratchet things down, but you can't respond fast enough to do it. Where
Right.
the other systems automatically sense that it goes through the control system and can make the adjustments. So what this does is connect that into the building automation system.
So that's a $7,000 expense,
No.
and I think that we can justify that by offsetting it, the savings on the roof shoveling from this winter, because we didn't shovel the roof.
Bob, does that 7,000, does that include the removal and installation of the old and the new?
No, it's getting under control.
That's just for the air handler itself?
Right, to control it,
Well,
to
wait
automatically control it, sorry.
a minute, so we're not gonna get a new, we're just gonna get the control for the air handler, or we're getting a control in a new air handler?
You're not getting a new air handler, you're controlling the existing air handler.
Okay, that's just a control unit on the side?
Yep, yeah, thank you for helping to clarify that.
Okay, yeah, because I thought you were talking, we were getting a whole new air handler which would mean blowing out that end of the building, probably to get the old one out and the new one in. But okay,
It's
this,
not, it's putting a computer outbound near the unit to communicate with the host, programming, all the wiring and such.
okay, because I thought I asked you when I was here that day, and you said you couldn't put a control on that old air handler, but in fact you can?
Right. Yeah, we were trying to, at that point in time, we were trying to differentiate the difference between the radiation heating that we had in the outer wall
Mhm.
and what was going on with the A-handler. Because the A-handler actually has a coil in it, which we need to control, and that's what this project does.
Okay, Judy, you want to make a motion to expend money out of the roof shoveling line for the air handler?
Well, you probably should use air handler control,
Okay, air handler control.
because you say air handler, so,
Air handler control. Well, let Judy make the motion. Judy, want to make that motion, please?
Well, I'm just checking the budget, that's all.
Oh, let's see, that's it.
Because under operation, maintenance, snow removal, is that where that would be, Bob?
Yes, part of
The money's not there.
Well, is it encumbered? The encumbrance hasn't probably been reduced yet because we haven't completed that process yet.
Somebody not
Oh, wait a
budgeted.
minute, I'm looking at this new system you've got here, and I'm looking over at the end, and it's not what it used to be, so, I'm sorry, there's $7,300 there.
Okay.
It's gonna take a while to get used to that. Well, Steve knows the proper
Okay, why don't you make
wording
the-
he wants, so why don't we let him make that
Make the
motion?
motion, Steve, for us.
we're gonna make a motion to, purchase and install an air handler control module? Would that be the
system.
control system to the old, or the air handler down in the old part of the school? For $7,000?
Do you want monies to come out of the roof shoveling line?
And,
Seven.
within that motion, take the 7,000 out of the roof shoveling line.
Okay, do you have a second?
Well, you
Second.
don't want to say take it out of, you just want to take it out of the maintenance budget because it's not going to come out of the roof shoveling line. The money will be there to offset.
Right,
Okay,
you wanna just
maintenance
leave
budget.
it.
All right, maintenance
Okay,
budget, yeah.
for the maintenance budget.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Anything else, Bob?
Yeah, I have another one I wanted to
Yeah,
ask
push
him
it back
about.
to Judy again, yes.
The double doors,
Yeah. At the entrance?
yes,
Mhm.
that's $4,000.
What do you want to do with those?
Well, apparently after the lockdown, the fire department agreed. According to Trish, the fire department agreed to allow us to put another set of double doors to stop people from coming into the main part of the building by the window.
Oh, really?
Because right now they can just walk by
Right.
and, or, do the little creep under, just go
I
into
never
the
thought of doing
building.
that.
Little kids do, they do that to Barbara all the time. They go like this and walk down and see if she notices them. And they agreed, as long as we do the push-out
Yeah.
doors so that kids can get
And that
out.
way the buzzer would be on that door,
Right.
so people
Instead
aren't
of the-
standing outside trying to buzz in.
Oh, I like that.
And the secretary can't see who it is.
Right.
They're gonna come to the
This way we
window,
see who it is.
see who it is, and then they'll get buzzed
Oh,
in.
nice, yeah.
And that's $4,000.
And you've got, that there's money,
Do you have a suggestion, Bob, where you're comfortable that money coming from?
maintenance in general, or?
Well, we would want to do it against that, but I think we're a little, we had some left, most likely in oil and wood,
Oil and propane.
a little bit propane, but it would still be coming out of building operation
Right.
and maintenance.
Didn't we also budget kind of high on that bathroom too? So if we end up coming in low in the bathroom
There
like
might
we
be a
did,
little
we'd
bit
have
to-
money out there too, because
Just
Joan
find
and
a
I talked
maintenance.
about it.
Yeah, we have 7,000 left in oil and gas, so there is money available in the maintenance budget to do it.
So if it's available in the maintenance, well, motion will reflect that. Can I have a motion to spend $4,000 and the money come out of maintenance for double doors?
I'll make
The
that
entrance?
motion.
Can I have a second?
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Expend $4,000 to install
Double
Double
doors.
Double
doors.
doors with buzzer locks located at the secretary's office window.
double doors with buzzer lock.
By the secretary's window.
And I think the only thing we'll have left after that lockdown then, and Bob and Joe and I still have to walk it and figure it out, is getting locks for those inside doors, and how that would work. That and the finish of the blinds. And we'll pretty much have covered everything that was on the report.
Did we have a vote on the motion?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was unanimous.
I vote.
Anything else, Bob?
Thank you.
Judy?
Appreciate it.
Nope,
Anybody have
that's-
anything
I
for
think
Bob?
that's it all for the report.
Okay, thank you, Bob.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, comment, any more
Actually,
board
could I-
business? Go ahead.
Is there any better time, Bob, that at some point or another to get up there, or?
If you set it up with Joe, then he can let me know. That'd probably be the easiest way, okay?
Well, is any,
Yeah.
I mean, is,
No,
all
because I swing, I'm here every day, pretty much.
right,
So I can swing it either way.
all right. Very good, thank you.
Any other board
And or we
business?
follow, whatever we need to do.
Any other board business? Anybody? Comments by the public?
Oh, wait a
Oh, wait a
minute.
minute. What?
Doug's not here, so who are we doing with the discipline report?
You had it in the non-public, so
Okay.
he was just he's here, he's in the,
He went to that
Oh.
meeting.
yeah, he went to the other meeting.
Okay, well, well, yeah, I guess I do.
Okay, go ahead.
The discipline report, it's always been done in public. Why all of a sudden is it now being done in non-public? It's really just numbers. So why isn't it being done and there's no, it's just percentages and numbers. Why is it all of a sudden being done in non-public?
All right, this
I
is
can't tell you that, I don't know.
Because it's always been done in public.
the only time it should be non-public is if it refers to anybody.
I know the last couple of times, I've had a couple questions that needed to be non-public
It had to be
questions.
brought
so
into non-public,
They had to
yes.
be brought into non-public. I don't know why it's in there.
So, well, so shouldn't it, okay, so shouldn't it be done in public, and then if you have a question, a specific question, that specific question could be done in non-public?
Yeah.
Probably.
Grab Doug, he's just right.
You want to
So-
talk to Doug?
Doesn't do it.
We'll do it.
Okay, and then my other question is, why are we discussing the parking lot in non-public?
We'll
You'll
discuss it
find out in
non-public.
non-public.
But, a parking lot?
You'll find out in non-public.
So is this a personnel issue?
No.
When I go into non-public, I'll give you the correct RSA's that will cover it, we'll discuss it in non-public.
Well, I hope it's correct then.
It is.
We'll just wait for that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, you can probably do public comment while you're waiting for Doug, maybe, or?
No, I think we'll wait
No,
for
yeah.
Doug, he'll only be a minute.
Well, it's close.
Or a minute and a half, maybe.
Yep, I'm nominating
See the
a whole
proofs of
set
this?
of people.
Okay.